Hopefully you can see the Hummer.
Walk up to it. Let me slowly see if he goes.
And
he's
there
leaving.
you go.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Well, we tried.
Hey everybody, this is Greg and Kathy.
Yep.
And this is our channel, This and That Outdoors. And welcome
Zone
back.
8B.
Welcome back. Zone
Yes.
8B for the gardeners out there.
Yep.
A little bit to talk about with the garden today. I did some work in the garden earlier in the week. I think in the last video I mentioned some problems that we had, and I'll with cucumbers and with tomatoes, and I'll drop that in there right now and show you what I did. We've talked about some of the issues that we've been having with our cucumbers. I kind of in the last video called it blight, but it's not really blight. What we're learning is it's a type of fungus. Can't remember the exact name or type of the fungus that it is, but it seems to be pretty prevalent on cucumbers and some of your other plant squashes and things. So been watching some videos from some of the experts, and a channel called Rusted Gardener, guy there, he uses a mixture of peroxide and water to spray on these as 3% peroxide. So we're going to make the attempt. It says spray it on and it will evaporate itself, so it's not like it's going to remain on your plant forever. So what we had done with the first plants that were getting it, we actually pulled those plants up. When I pulled those up, I planted some new cucumbers, so I don't know whether they're going to withstand the heat, but they are definitely coming up, and so we're going to see if that will help us, because it's also occurring on some of the newer cucumbers that I had planted, the second round cucumbers. These are some of the second rounders, and it's also got that fungus going on them. So we're going to spray a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on these. He did recommend that before you spray it on, pick off your larger cucumbers that you're going to probably pick within the next day or so. And so we did go ahead and pick off what we could. The peroxide that we're using, it's a 3%. What the Rusted Gardener was saying, mix about 4 to 8 ounces per gallon and put it in your garden sprayer. I've got it in the garden sprayer mixed up, so I think we're just about ready to go. What the Rustic Gardener recommended: spray around on the dirt around the bottom of your plants. Try to coat them real well on the stems. Try to get underneath the leaves. So that's what I'm doing with those. So I'm giving them a pretty nice soaking. Then I'll come around and try to soak them from the other side as well. One thing about gardening, especially in the summertime, you definitely have to deal with pests and heat, and you got to try to figure out how to deal with that without using harsh chemicals, harsh things, because we try to eat as clean as we can, but that's the danger of trying to eat clean. You do run the risk of having the bugs and the worms, and we've dealt with those plenty. So we're gonna do what we can to try to prevent and keep these cucumbers going as long as we can. Now, one thing the rusted gardener did recommend is come in a couple days later, do this again. Also, what he was talking about, don't do it in the heat of the day. Do it like in the morning, let it kind of get dried in before you move on, and before you do it in the heat of the day. Heat of the day, it just evaporates so quickly that it doesn't really have time to take the effect that you need it to. Well, finished with the cucumbers. Looks like we have a similar issue going on with the cucuzzi squash, so I'm gonna hit it with some spray too. So hopefully that'll work for it as well. Well, done with the spraying for now. Hopefully that will take care of our issue with the fungus, and we shall see. In our last two videos, we talked about unhealthy tomato plants and the fact that we were going to pull them. If you see, these leaves are all kind of curled up. It's not putting on any fruit. This one, kind of the same deal on the leaves. The leaves are kind of curled up. Tomato bush looks bad. It's got a couple of tomatoes on it, but they just look ugly. One more, just not exactly sure what the disease is. I think it's some kind of blight that don't really know, maybe associated with the amount of rainwater that they're getting. But they definitely need to be removed, so we're going to remove those today. The root system looks pretty good on there. It looks relatively healthy. The soil looked like it was relatively moist, so not exactly sure what the issue was. But I will pull up a couple more. And these will all go in the trash. I'm not gonna put those in our compost pile. If they've got some kind of disease, I don't want to proliferate that. So we'll just take those and we'll throw them out. Okay, I end up taking out 5 of the full-size tomato plants and 1 of the cherry tomato plants. Sounds like a pretty good loss, but I mean, we still have 16 full-size tomato plants left, and I think 8 cherry tomatoes. So that should still leave us with plenty to work with and plenty to harvest. Again, I did put this in the trash can. It's not going on the compost heap, so we'll see if this helps the good tomato bushes continue to proliferate. Thanks.
We just got some rain too.
Yeah.
First time we've had rain in what? How many days? Because you've been watering the garden like every evening.
I don't even know.
Oh my goodness. It's either too much rain or too little rain.
Right, and too much rain or too little creates problems in the gardens, which is why I had to do a little bit of work to them. So,
got my cheat sheet with me. Gotta have that. If I don't, then, you know, like last week, when I was trying to tell you what the chamomile was, I couldn't think of the name. And that's what I'm dealing with right now with my head. So, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
Thanks to a cheat sheet.
Thanks to a cheat sheet. Okay.
All right.
Cucumbers. These are the cucumbers after I had worked on them with the.
We got some new ones coming up.
Hydrogen peroxide. Yes, 3%. There we go. So 3% high. Now I have sprayed them. They are still producing. We do have some green on the bush. Some of the top is green. We do still have some of the discoloration, which I didn't take off the leaves. I took off a little bit down at the bottom. So what we're doing, hoping it's gonna continue to improve, and we'll see if those cucumbers end up making it. As we had mentioned before, we had pulled some up, and these are the new cucumbers. So they are coming along. Gonna have them growing up. Might have to. I got two growing side by side here, so I might have to do a little bit of transplanting. So we'll see what I do with those.
That's okay. We got a lot of room right here.
Yeah, we got room. Alrighty. Beyond those, let's go that way. We have our brandywine tomatoes, and they are really starting to look
like
good.
A pear.
Yeah.
They don't taste like a pear. They look like a pear.
They're actually very
really good. I think out of the 3 that we have, minus the Cherokee purple, because I have yet to have any of those ripen yet.
Right.
So far, out of the other 3 that we have, I think the brandywine is the one that I like. So we'll have it again next year too.
Yep. And these are what you would call black creme. They're coming along. They still need to get some size to them. This one here is also the black creme.
Miss Lucky.
Miss Lucky. You're gonna put in your cameo. There we go. Hey, baby. You gonna say hello to everybody?
Say no.
You will play shy and hard to get.
So I just want someone to come pet me. That's all. No scratch me, not pet. She does not like to be pet. She likes to be scratched.
Just scratches.
Yep. All right. Let's get this garden to where we're starting.
All righty. More tomatoes.
Got a little bit of sun coming up, so we might get a little bit of shadows.
Yeah, that's okay. Do have tomatoes that are ripening now. We've already picked quite a bit.
We're probably getting ready to pick those to put in the window.
Yeah.
Just wait for the sun to come out, and then it rained.
These are the beefsteaks. We have been getting, we probably picked a dozen of them already, and they're still coming along pretty strongly. So getting those. Another one of the brandywines here, and it's putting on some good fruit.
Look here. Did you put that there?
I did not.
We have a raccoon, actually 2 raccoons, that have been coming into the yard according to our blink system.
Yeah.
And they are messing with our tomatoes.
Well.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it right there.
Yep. Bury it, see if it'll come up.
Yep. See what it does. Because that's what we do.
Nice and sunny here. You gonna talk about your flowers here?
No.
Okay.
I'm just letting them do whatever they want to do over there now.
Alrighty. We'll show them.
Yeah.
They're looking reasonably good. They like water. They don't like being dry.
Yeah.
I've had to water these every other day just to keep them going.
Now over here, I do have the Italian parsley. Plus we got this potato
Random
up.
potato, yeah.
And then I've got the lemon basil right over here. The peppers are starting to look a little better.
Yeah.
Especially that one right there.
Yeah, it's coming along.
But the others are starting to kind of come up a little bit too.
So we might get a pepper off it by Christmas anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then over here, it's over where the pink honeysuckle is. I had planted some lemon bulb, and I kind of went like this. Squirrel started eating there, but I got a couple of them.
A little bit of lemon bulb
still trying to come up.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll come up.
Okay.
One thing with the cucuzzi, we're having the problem is once they get maybe 6 inches, they start dying. And I threw one of them down here to make sure I could show you.
Okay.
But you can see how it just starts dying.
Right.
So what I did was all the ones that were blooming in the morning time, I took a Q-tip and went around and fertilized every one of them. So we'll see.
Well, and here's what a good one looks like.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that one.
It's just
and he's
hanging in there.
he's about ready to pick,
and
actually.
That's probably 18 inches long.
Yeah, he's
and
ready
still
to
growing.
Yep.
No, he needs to go a little bit longer.
No, because if they get too big, the seeds will get in them, and then they won't be good at all.
That's our first cucuzzi of the season.
Yay!
So they've all been dying on the vine. So, and this vine, it's kind of a monstrosity here. It's just all over the place. So, but that's what they do. And I mean, that's only off 3 plants.
Got a little tomato underneath too. See it on there?
What it's also doing, we had a couple of tomatoes. I just kind of, those cherries I just threw in here under the trellis, and they're getting kind of shaded out. They don't look real wonderful.
That was not there on Friday when I looked.
It's
I didn't come out here
to
yesterday.
Miss stuff. I found that picking the cucumbers and all. It's so easy to miss them.
Yeah. But one thing I am happy about, look at the Kajari melon.
Yeah.
We've got that one.
That is about baseball size there.
Yeah.
Or softball size, excuse me.
And we've got a few others around here as well. Got one right here. Got one right there.
Yeah.
There was a few more down
Had one here, but it's turning.
Yeah, that's the one that's turning yellow.
Didn't go.
There was one somewhere
one
in there.
down on the ground down there.
Let me see if I can get him up.
Nice little one. No, the vine's too short.
Yep.
He's going to have to be a ground watermelon.
Well, I've got a basket that I can put them on so they won't sit on there.
Right.
Oh, we got mushrooms coming up over there.
Did you plant mushrooms?
Now, that there's lemon balm that I planted that I didn't think was going to come up.
We think
it's coming up.
Lemon balm anyway.
Show them our watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That is a little yellow watermelon. Oh, my goodness. Something's been pecking on it.
Really?
Look at there.
Oh, my goodness.
Hopefully that's not too much damage, but I'm
Do you think
a little
it's
worried.
a raccoon or it's a bird?
I'm thinking bird. Don't know what kind.
We're going to get one of those little baskets out and kind of
Put it in.
Well, get 2 of them, put one on the top and one at the bottom. There was another one around here as well.
They hide really well.
There it is, right there.
Oh, short one.
There was another one too.
Yeah.
But the okra is coming up good.
Yeah, the okra. This one took a while. This is some of the one I transplanted to kind of thin them out, but it's starting to do real well. I've cut some okra off it already.
Don't.
Some of these here, cutting those already.
Yeah, be careful. You don't want to disturb the babies.
Oh,
we got 4 babies.
Yep, 4 babies
eggs.
in the.
Not that they can hear us, but.
Yeah. But Mama can. But cucumbers still.
Yeah.
Some of them kind of ugly. Some of them, but they're all still producing. Okra here is getting big. We got some here that's 3.5 feet tall. So they're getting pretty large, and I'm cutting 4 or 5 a day, sometimes 7 or 8, but averaging probably 4 or 5.
Chamomile, right here. That's what that is. So far, it's still hanging on. The ones that were here did not come up. Right. And then here is the cosmos.
Cosmos, yeah.
Yeah, because the chamomile has white petals, and this all has the orange. So this will all be orange. There is no way to mix up what they are.
Yep. Some of our Cherokee purple tomatoes, these are ones that were kind of hiding behind the string beans when we had those planted on either side of them, and they're really starting to take off now, starting to green up, looking pretty good. Haven't yet put on any blooms, but they should be pretty close to it. Strawberries still hanging in there.
Yeah, see one I got to pull out. Two of them I got to pull out.
We are getting the occasional one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're still.
This one here, I can't get anything to grow in there.
Yeah.
I tried to plant some wildflowers.
One little plant down here. But, and this one seems to be doing real well, especially the plants at the bottom. And what's that at the bottom?
The one at the bottom is forget-me-nots, and then the one from here up is carnations.
Okay. Good to go. Can't remember. I think I pulled up the corn since the last time. Yeah, I think we had 20 stalks probably. I ended up getting like 16 ears of corn. Some of it was okay. Some of it a little bit nubby, but all in all, it wasn't terrible. But pretty good corn, Silver Queen.
Still trying to get some dill to come up, and it started coming up right in that area is where I planted them.
Yeah, I see a couple in there.
Hopefully it'll give me some more.
Yeah.
Because I need to make some pickles. And that's oregano. Oh, look at the lizard. See the lizard? They really like those tubes for some reason.
Yeah.
And then here, got the holy basil.
Yep.
And the strawberries.
Harvesting a good bit of that, making her teas.
Yep. More holy basil and chives.
We've been clipping the blooms out of the top and dropping them in.
So that way, one, it can create some more because I need more.
Yeah.
And two, so we can continue to use it.
Yep.
And these strawberries are starting to kind of wilt away.
Yeah, they're getting kind of bad.
Yep. And then over here, I've got the cinnamon basil, and then the cilantro, yeah,
that's right.
And it's been pretty much going to seed, so it's kind of dying out. It doesn't like the summertime.
Okay.
But
and back here, the cherry tomatoes, they're starting to come along. Got clusters of them all over the different plants. We got clusters coming. So I've been trimming them up pretty good, so they won't overgrow us. Alrighty.
More holy basil.
This is one thing we've been seeing occasionally too with the Kajari melons. All of a sudden you get a vine that just starts wilting. And I've clipped off a couple of them, and plant ends up coming back. And don't know. I'm not sure why. Little Kajari melon there. So you're looking for more, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I was, but I don't see any.
There's one.
Yeah, I mean there was a few.
This is the size where they start. The bottom end starts dying on them, but hopefully this one's going to make it. We shall see. Okay. I think that is the big part of the garden.
I think so too.
Now, again, we need to do something to protect our watermelon.
Yes.
Because that may be the only one that we really get on there. So, anyway.
All right. Well, not much of a garden tour, too much.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been kind of I guess just harvesting everything right now.
I've gotten a ton of cucumbers.
Yes, we have.
I pick off. I think this morning I had 16. I believe it was 16, and that's pretty typical in a day, is getting about 16 of them. Tomatoes, we've been picking a little bit every day now. Still, we like the Brandywines better than the beefsteaks. Beefsteaks aren't bad. It's just Brandywines are a little better.
Yeah, they're kind of sweet.
Yeah, kind of sweet, tangy.
And the more meaty
texture is better, I think. So
they had less seeds.
Yeah, they did. So
anyway,
we got a lot more of those coming, so we'll be happy to harvest them. But anyway,
all right.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate everybody liking, watching, subscribing, and we'll try to keep you posted. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Bye.